Good evening, Engineer Santos. It is a pleasure to meet with you po. Before we begin our interview regarding civil engineering as a career in science and technology, we would like to formally request your permission po to video record this session. Please be assured that the footage will be handled in accordance with our data privacy standards and used strictly for academic purposes only. Do we have your consent po to proceed with the recording?
Okay, I grant the recording on this interview. I
Is
have
it
my
allowed?
consent.
Is it
Yeah,
fine
I
po
allowed.
to open the camera po?
Okay. Yeah.
Ayan, thank you po. So we would like to start by establishing a bit of your background. Could you walk us through your educational path, including the school where you graduated and your degree, as well your experiences during those years po?
Okay, so I'm Engineer Rome Santos. I graduated in Adamson University. So I took my bachelor's degree, bachelor's degree in civil engineering. Then I took my master's degree in Mapua University, taking construction engineering management. I also have a post-baccalaureate degree taken at De La Salle College of St. Benilde. So my degree there is project management. Then as of this moment, I'm currently taking Juris Doctor at De La Salle. So for my other credentials, I am a licensed civil engineer, licensed master plumber, materials engineer class 1 of DPWH. Ano pa ba iba? Project engineer accredited by DPWH also. Safety officer 3 of DOLE. And for my work experience, I worked before as a construction project manager on a private company. And also I work on AFP before. So my work there before is I work as a project manager as well. So while working as a project manager, I simultaneously work as a professor in Colegio de Muntinlupa. So I resigned on those two jobs last year on my job as a project manager, and in Muntinlupa this year landed. So as of now, I am working in Far Eastern University as a full-time faculty member. So I do that just to give way sa study ko in law sa Lasal. So yeah, that's me. Any other questions?
Following that, we appreciate a summary of your professional career po. May we know what made you decide to take on this profession and what are some key milestones in your work experience so far?
I choose this profession because civil engineering is for me, compared with other jobs, lots of people know that civil engineering is a legendary work because of the load of work na ginagawa ng civil engineer. At the same time, is a profitable job, no, or course as well. And when it comes with the board exam, civil engineering is one of the hardest professional subject based on PRC, no, in board exam results. So I took this for profit purpose, so that I could use that for the future growth and for the growth of me. So as of now, my savings that I earned on civil engineering profession, I use that on my business and on my tuition fee on Lasal. So it supports me actually. But if actually I have a choice to be a contractor. In civil engineering, being a contractor is the most it's the best way to earn more. If you become a contractor, you can earn more exponentially in compare with the as a employer. So yeah, so I choose civil engineering for profit purpose. So yeah.
So when you look at your daily work, do you consider your job a passion, profession, mission, or vocation po? Kindly rank them and elaborate as to why you have particularly arranged them in that order.
For me, of course, vocation. The I think my first choice on that is of course, the mission, then passion, then the least one is profession. What's the other one?
Vocation po.
Okay. So mission, passion, vocation, then professionalism. So if you will ask me why I choose mission over professionalism, because on professionalism you can earn more. Okay. If we are talking about you did not elaborate what professionalism means, but if you will if you mean professionalism in terms of earnings, I think in civil engineering we can earn that as long as you have experience. So meaning to say, in civil engineering, it is already inherent when it comes with money. So that's the reason why I choose professionalism at number 4. So I choose first the passion. I choose the number 2, passion, and of course the mission. So my mission, so reason why I took teaching over being a project manager. Actually, I am a project manager. 5 years, I already have experience as a project manager, but I didn't pursue that. I already reached the ceiling of my career when it comes with civil engineering. But what I choose is, what I feel on that is that there's something missing on me. Parang may blanco. Okay. So, doon sa blank na yon, hindi ko masabi kung ano, pero para bang, kumbaga mamamatay ka, nang wala kang nagiging parang advocate. So, something like that. So, kasi na-reach mo na eh. Magpapayaman ka, madali lang kasi civil engineer ka eh. Madali mo siya magagawa. So, why don't you do something na kikita ka the same time, then makakapag-educate ka ng tao? So, for me, if in terms of passion, mas gusto ko yung yung may nabago ako, especially sa students, from their losing end or losing mindset. Then I changed them na maganda yung kanilang mindset. They have their goals. Yun ang gusto ko ma-change. Actually, that's the reason why I do terroring students. Not just because to create fear on their mind, on their heart. No, I just create them because I want to change them. I want to make them have a discipline on their self. So kasi if you don't have a discipline in yourself, then hindi mo ma-reach yung goal mo. So normally, at my end, I want my goal is to change them. So kasi because our country is alam naman natin, we are on the third world country. So expect sino ba mag-change doon? Ang mag-change doon is mga bata. So if ikaw or you as a professor or you as a civil engineer can do that. So paano naman nangyayari? Ikaw successful ka, yes. But how about to sa mga susunod na generations? So magiging anak mo, diba? So you change yourself, pero pag namatay ka, paano yung mga susunod mong generations? Diba? So, mean to say, if you start on yourself, then apply that to others. To change them, at least magkaroon sila ng brighter future. And actually, maganda rin yung ganun. Kasi nagkakaroon ko ng maraming connections. Actually, I have lot of students that actually appreciates my teaching style. Kasi I don't tolerate talaga yung tamad sa klase. So that's my mission. Normally kapag nakita ko yung student is not that good, but the students is merong will na makatapos. So, normally tinutulungan ko sila. So, ganun yung ginagawa ko. In terms of passion, I think naman siya, generic naman siya pagdating sa generic naman yung ano niya, yung what you call this? Generic naman siya. Generic yung circumstance na yan doon sa what you call this? Doon sa nauna ko napili. Okay, so that's the reason kung bakit ganun pagkakasearch. Okay, next question.
I think that's a very meaningful way to look at it po, and it says a lot about you as an engineer and as a teacher. For those planning to enter the same program you are in, what advice would you give to the students who are just about to enter the civil engineering program?
What advice? Siguro siguro maybe also on your on your end din, kasi you are nursing students, right?
Yes po.
Okay. So, actually, ang best advice ko, in general to, I think set goals. Yan muna. Mag-set ka ng goal. Kapag nag-set mo yung goal mo, isipin mo kung paano mo siya ma-reach. Gumawa ka ng fishbone diagram, then isa-isahin mo doon kung paano mo siya ma-reach. For example, sa nursing, civil engineering, ngayon, malaki ang sahod niyan. Kasi as per the news, nag-hire yung mga government sectors na mga professionals. So, sa first hire niyan, meron kang kikita ng 43,000. Pero ang question doon is paano mo siya ma-reach. Siyempre, para ma-reach mo yun, you need to pass the board exam ng nursing, you need to pass board exam ng civil engineering. Ang question doon, paano mo siya ma-reach? So, next step doon, kailangan mo graduate. Okay? Sa isang university. After mo graduate sa isang university, paano mo siya ma-reach? Dapat graduate ka on time. So, paano ka gagraduate on time? And bakit mahalagang graduate ka on time? Reason is that meron tayong matinding competition sa field. So, minsan, nagiging tanong dyan, how many years ang na-take mo sa nursing, sa civil engineering? So, normally, ganun ang mga tanungan dyan. Kaya ako yung employer. So, question is, if there are two na gusto pumasok doon sa sa government or private entity na yun, ano magiging mo sa kanila? Ano magiging edge mo versus them? So, on that one, kailangan mong i-develop yung sarili mo. So, ibig sabihin, kung gagawa ka ng fishbone diagram, kailangan mong mag-umpisa sa sarili mo. Ano yung mga skills na dapat na meron ako para makuha ko yung job na yun? Ganun dapat yung ginagawa yun. So, ngayon, kung i-develop ko yung sarili ko, ano dapat ko ayusin kapag nasa loob na ako ng school? Imagine nyo na kapag nasa loob kayo ng school, para kayo nasa loob ng isang kulungan. Na kailangan nyo mag-practice, kailangan nyo magpalakas for the upcoming o para sa future nyo. Pero kung siya tinitake. So ngayon, kung nasa loob kayo noon, paano ka magkakaroon ngayon ng magandang credentials? Siyempre, kailangan mo gumamit on time. So ngayon, kung gusto mo naman magkaroon ng magandang credentials, so kailangan mo mag-set ng timetable. Ganun mo siya ginagawa. Halimbawa, ganito. Ilang units meron ka sa isang major subject mo, Miss Margaret?
Excuse me, paulit po.
How many units yung major subjects mo na tinitake mo?
Ngayon po.
Yes.
Right now po, yung units ko po na tinitake is 25 overall po.
Okay. Ganito yan. For example, meron ka major subject. Let's say, ang isang major subject mo is 3 units. Ang ratio na kailangan mo para magkaroon ka ng magandang grade sa subject na yan, especially kung memorization, you are taking nursing, tama? So ako, I'm taking law. So in terms of memory work, mas matindi ang memory work natin kumpara sa engineering. So I highly recommend na magkaroon kayo ng ratio. So kung ang units mo sa isang subject is 3 at yan ay major subject, ang ratio dapat ang tinitake mo dyan is 1:3. So ibig sabihin, kung 3 units yung yung subject mo na pang nursing, dapat yung ginugugol mo sa pag-review, pag-memorize at pag-retain ng information sa utak mo, dapat may additional 3 hours ka. So madaling salita, kung meron kang 3 units o 3 oras na discussion sa isang minor subject, dapat 3 times 3, 9. So, ibig sabihin, meron ka pang 9 hours dapat ay Google sa pag-review sa isang linggo. Ganun siya ginagawa. So, normal ganyan ginagawa para ma-retain mo, para maging isa kang best student. So, yun nga, na-mention ko sa inyo, credentials ang basehan dyan. So, kung gusto mong magkaroon ka ng magandang school, kung balak kong maging doctor someday, kailangan magandang credentials mo para makapasok ka sa magagandang university para i-consider ka nila. So, yun yung mga dapat yung i-consider habang nasa pa lang kayo. Kasi ako, me as a civil engineer, I already see that. Nakita ko na yan. Okay? So, kayo, I just ginaguide ko kayo para makita niyo yung part na yun. So, kailangan dapat ayusin niyo. Actually, in my own experience, I have my colleagues na not that successful. Paano ko nasabi not that successful? Kasi me, nandito na ako sa stage na to na nag-aaral pa ako ng panibago. But them is currently nandun pa rin, naka-stuck pa din sa pagbabilang ng bakal, nasa site ka, ibabantay ka ng tao. So, imagine that. So, at their age na gano'n, ganun pa rin ginagawa nila, pero walang something improvement. So, parang nangyayari nga, kasi stuck ka lang doon. Wala yung mundo mo. Habang tumatanda kayo mga bata, sinasuggest ko sa inyo, magkakaroon kayo ng asawa, magkakaroon kayo ng ano. Ang suggestion ko is dapat is to compress your time. So, habang tumataas ang edad nyo, directly proportional yan. So, dapat, pag tumatanda kayo, dapat pinapalit yung time nyo. Okay? So, ako ganito yan ako dati. Nag-start ako mag-work before, I worked 6 days in a week. Imagine that. While doing my masters. So, habang ito, nandito na ako sa level ko na to, alam nyo na yung pinapasok ko. So, ngayon, pinapasok ko, 3 araw na lang. Then I can do studies habang kumikita ako ng gusto kong kita para masustain ako. So, dapat, habang tumatanda ka, hindi ka na nakapokus sa pera. Dapat, kung paano mo i-squeeze yung time mo. Diba? So, pag na-squeeze mo yung time mo, ano yung benefit niya? Example, yun nga, na-mention ko kanina, kung 5 days a day ka nag-work, at least makakat mo ng 3, 4, o kahit kung kung 8 hours a day ka, kahit 6 hours, makat mo ng gano'n, napakalaking bagay doon. So, anong purpose doon? Para makapaghanap ka pa na ibang work na para sa'yo. Ibang ganda doon. So, yun dapat ang maging goal mo kapag tumatanda ka. Time. Okay? Sige, yun lang.
Knowing how tough this program can be po, would you still recommend this career path to students today?
That's a good question. Based on the statistics, based on the statistics, if I'm going to provide a pie graph, okay, on the entire engineering community, our field is composed of 70% of that pie graph. So, imagine that amount of students or civil engineers of our field. So, the problem on our field is we're too congested for that one profession. So, problem here is that if you are not that good in school, let's be practical. Let's be more practical. If you're not that good in school and you graduated and you passed the board exam and you failed the board exam, tendency is that when you apply on a company, your job there is at lowest level. That will be your job, and your growth on that will be slow because of your credentials. So, ganun yun. Ang chances kasi na makapasok ka sa magandang company is slim if your credentials not that good. And bakit ganun? Kasi our population is too big. Actually, the Riyadh is in a good choice in choosing nursing ngayon. Kasi ngayon nursing is in demand, while civil engineering is suffering because of the lots of civil engineers. Imagine, on all schools that I know, there is a program ng civil engineering. There's a civil engineering na yun, gumagraduate 200, 300 na civil engineers. Imagine mo lahat naglalaban-laban sa isang professor. So, yun yung problema. Sobrang congested. And, kapag hindi ka napasok sa government, okay, kung doon nagkakamali, ang sahod ng civil engineer as a fresh graduate is 14,000 up to 20,000 only. Siguro siya kababa. Okay. Pero, ano naman siya, lumalaki naman siya over time. Pero yun nga lang, kapag pangit ang credentials mo and hindi ka nag-improve, hanggang doon ka lang. Yun ang harsh word doon. Hanggang doon ka lang kapag ano. So, for me, I don't recommend it muna sa ngayon kasi yun nga, sobrang dami. And, yung board exam ng civil engineering, compared with the other courses, ang national passing rate ng civil engineering is only 31%. Last I so 31% lang yun. So, napakaliit compared with the others. Yeah. So, other questions?
So yun po, nag-list po kayo ng mga pros and cons po ng civil engineering. So, ang next question po kasi, ayun po, what are the pros and cons? So if may additional pa po kayo na pros and cons of civil engineering here in the Philippines po, both as a program po and as a job.
Let's start with pros, no? So, pros, if you're good, then cash is actually quite easy to acquire when you are a licensed civil engineer, of course, because you can do lots of jobs. You can be a project manager, you can be a designer, you can do academe while doing those two. There's a lot of opportunity actually, and you can do contracting, which is for me the ultimate job. Okay, because but why I said ultimate job? Why I say that? Because as of this moment, ang pinakamayayaman dito sa Pilipinas, the top 10, okay, including the Ayalas, the Villars, lahat yung may construction company. Okay, lahat yun. Okay, so doon pala makikita mo na kung ano yung top profession na meron tayo. Pero yun nga lang, mahirap siya makuha. Okay? Sa dami nga namin. Okay, yun yung ano. In terms of cons naman, in terms of job, mahirap siya. Mahirap siya in a way na kapag baguhan ka. Like for example, you guys, some of you are girls on this Zoom meeting link. So if you will become a civil engineer someday, if you choose civil engineering someday, what you need to do there as your first task as a civil engineer is to visit the site. So on site, what you will experience there is the harsh sunlight, the workers, yeah. So, sa workers natin, normal, lagi nagka-quarrel yan. So, sometimes, aawayin ka nila. So, dapat matigas ang loob mo. So, if you are not that strong when it comes to your personality and your work you choose as a civil engineer is to work on site, then I think civil engineering is not for you because kailangan lumalakas ang loob mo. And mahirap siya in a way. Mahirap talaga siya. And that's the reason why I changed my career job in civil engineering. Though I can still practice my civil engineering course because as I mentioned kanina, kaya ko mag part-time job while doing other jobs. So yun ang isang pros na maganda kay civil engineering. So kaya ko mag-design habang nagtatrabaho ako sa iba. Ibig sabihin, nakaka-earn ako ng malaki habang na kailangan ko lang pirma lang. So ganoon ang ginagawa namin. So cons, yun, mahirap sa construction site because of yun nga, kailangan makipag-usap sa tao. Then pangalawa, another cons sa akin is kapag naging contractor ka naman, mahirap makipag-usap sa clients. Bakit? Kasi para ka nakaluhod, they need to please them. You need to please them. And for me, if your personality is not that na mahilig mag-please, hindi yung para sa'yo, okay? And pangatlo, na cons for me, kung gusto mo maging contractor someday, you need a budget. Okay, you need lots of funds to start your own construction company. So, another pros pa, so yun, na-mention ko yung mga cons, sa pros pa na naisip ko, is sa civil engineering, mabilis kang kumita ng pera. Kasi sometimes, if you do contracting, for example, I constructed a one one-story building. I can earn doon ng less than 500,000 in just one constructing. And if you are that good in construction and you are that knowledgeable of that, you can do that or you can accomplish that building at 2-story pa, 1-story pa yan, na within 1 month or less than 1 month. The structural only, not including the architectural. You can earn $500,000 sa ganung kabilis na panahon. As long as you are knowledgeable on civil engineering principles, especially on the design and project management. If you combine those two, then piece of cake lang sa'yo yung pera. Sobrang dali. So, on the other hand, the concept that if you're not that good naman, and you don't have the experience, you don't have the learnings from civil engineering, and you just pass the board exam, magiging problema mo naman dyan is mababaon ka sa utang. Actually, I know several people na nalugi, okay, dyan sa civil engineering because of that, na kontrata pero hindi marunong. So, nagkakaroon ng mga defects, nagkakaroon ng so yung client is binabalikan sila, then pinapabayaran. So, gano'n nagiging problema. So, at the same time, risky ka in a way. Okay? So, yeah. That's the pros and cons.
Okay po. Thank you po, Engineer. This is the last question na po. Since you mentioned po a while ago about the importance of time management, how does your time actually break down po? Like, what percentage of your working hours are spent on-site versus in the office or at home po?
Okay. That's a very good question, no? Ganda ng question. Sige. My time is divided into una, of course, my study in LaSalle. Then I work at FTU. Then I actually managing my business, my butika. I have a butika actually. So I have a butika, then my personal time. So I divide that into 4. Actually, I can do 5, but the 5th one I cannot do that. And kasi yung time constraints, I cannot do that anymore. Maybe I could do the 5th, yung contracting, kung may enough time pa ako. Okay, so let's set naman yung hierarchy, which one is the most important one. For me, as of this stage, the most important one is my study in LaSalle. The second one is my time in my job, FTU. Then third one is managing my business, my butika. Then the fourth one is my time doon sa loob ng bahay. So meaning to say, kung fourth one ko is yung pambahay ko lang, kung makikita mo yung room ko, sobrang gulo. Because I don't have the time to clean yung mga mess na nandito sa loob ng bahay ko. But anyway, my time is nako-consume sa LaSalle. Why? Because topics in LaSalle when it comes with law is very hard. And I am a civil engineer, and my training as a civil engineer is we do normally tough decision in a precise and smooth as possible. Dito sa law, iba. Lots of memorization and understanding. So, ako, as a civil engineer, mayroong problema sa pag-memorize. So, yun ang nagiging trouble ko. So, on that problem, bibigay ako ng mahabang oras ngayon sa LaSalle kasi kailangan ko siya ma-adapt as much as possible kasi nga, iba yung training ko before. Napakalayo. So, if you will ask me, in terms of percentage, ang nako-consume ko dyan is almost 70% ang time ko. So, doon sa sa FTU, yung ginagawa ko dun sa FTU is nagtatrabaho ako. Pero ang ginagawa ko, normally, I teach yung mga loads. So, kapag may free time, sinisingit ko siya. So, siguro mga 20% o 30% ng ko is nakalaan doon sa FTU and other stuff. Now, in my personal business, maybe the 5% nandoon siya. So, 30, 60, 30 to 90. So, yeah, tama. 5-5. maybe 8% pala dun sa personal life ko. Then maybe 2 to 3% dun sa business ko. Why 2 to 3% sa business? Because I hired someone who will manage that, and that someone will needs to report to me every weekend. So kaya yun ang reason, but 2 to 3% lang. Next up is doon sa personal life ko. So bakit nasa 8% lang to 7%? Because kailangan pa din ng kailangan pa din ng habang nagtatrabaho ka, habang aaral ka, kailangan mo pa din ng time para makahinga. So you need to breathe. Kasi kapag hindi, mababaliw ka talaga. Okay. So ako, ginagawa ko, take ko dyan, kung bakit ganun kalaki sa pag-aaral. Kasi gusto ko makatapos ng maaga. Kasi I believe, kapag natapos ko lang siya ng maaga, then graduate ako sa magandang school, mataas ang opportunity ko na mapunta ako sa magandang stage ng buhay. And maybe yung mga ka-level natin. Ako kasi, for me kung di-divide ko siya sa yung society natin, for me 4 Yung 4 na levels niyan, the highest level is yung mga ka-level nila, ka-level ng mga, yung tipong wala talaga nagiging problema sa pera, tapon lang ng tapon, something like that. Meron din tayong mga mayaman lang, sapat lang yung yaman. Then iba, middle class, then iba. So, dun sa laylayan talaga. Okay, so for me, ako makikita ko yung sarili ko nasa middle class lang ako. Then yung mga other classmates, sobrang yayaman talaga din. So, on that part, ayokong inis yung opportunity ko na yung iniipon kong pera for my work, ginagamit ko doon na pera for my tuition fee sa Lasal, even the books na ginagamit ko. I don't want na maput siya into waste. So, I want to use that, kaya gumagamit ako na maraming oras to that, tinatapon ko talaga siya doon. And I treat this one as a maze. Are you familiar with maze? Yung maze yung parang dungeon yun. Kapag sa dungeon na yun, ang goal is, ayun sa mission ko kanina, hanggat maaga, makalabas ka sa dungeon na yun. Kasi yung hirap, imagine mo, kung magsasuffer ka ng sabihin natin 4 years, 5 years, imagine mo naman yung ginhawa niyan kapag natapos mo. Sobrang laki. Okay, kasi kung imagine mo, if today, I'm still nag-focus lang ako sa work lang. Tinanggal ko yung study ko na malaking percentage. Imagine, siguro ngayon, naka-focus lang ako doon. Nandun lang ako. Naka-stop lang ako doon. Nakahinto lang ako doon. Para makapansin mo, ulit-ulit yung ginagawa mo. At the same time, nahihirapan ka. Nagko-commute ka. Yung mga ganung bagay. So, kailangan makalabas ka doon as much as possible. So, to continue, yun nga, na-mention ko kanina yung sa part ng maze. As much as possible, you need, kailangan magkaroon ka doon ng escape plan. So, yung escape plan mo doon is, as much as possible, makalabas ka doon para malagpasan mo yung hirap. Kasi normally, ang nakikita natin sa society natin, nakikita natin yung iba at the age of 50, 40s, wala pa rin napupunta na bahay, umaarkila pa rin ng bahay, o kundi man ganun. Kapag nagkasakit yung mga parents nila, okay, nagkasakit yung mga parents nila, so wala silang pang bigay ng pera, so bakit yung mga mayayaman kaya yun? Diba? So nakita ko, me, while studying in Lasal, nakita ko yung mga tao doon, compare with the other groups na nakikita ko. Compare with the other teams, nakikita ko iba yung nila, iba yung sipag nila. Imagine mo, mayayaman na yun pero bakit ganun ginagawa? While they're still striving for more. Kasi nga, gusto nila lang ayun yung bumaba sa kahirapan. So, yun ang reason ko ba't ako nag-aaral pa. Kasi I want to make my, yung next generation ko na nasa, which is my family, is maging maginhawa yung buhay. Ako kasi, for me, though I have my, sarili kong gusto ko, maging passive yung income ko. Yung tipong, i-mention ko kanina, yung sa part na pakikipag-communicate with the others. Yung tipong, yung sinasabi sila na kontrata ako before, then kailangan mo silang i-please for that. So, imagine you please them just to earn, diba? Ang goal doon is dapat maging passive yung income. Yung tipong, yun nga, sabi ko goal kanina, may squeeze mo yung time habang tumatanda ka na nagkakaroon ka ng time sa sarili mo and sa family mo. So that's the goal. So yung tipong at the age of 40s, at the age of younger age, yung ginagawa mo na lang is hindi na trabaho, travel na lang. Diba? So yun ang reason kung bakit younger age, dapat nag-grind ka. And yun ang ultimate reason. Bakit sa time management ko, ginugugol ko yung oras ko sa pag-aaral instead of wasting it doon sa mga walang kwentang bagay. Pwede ka naman maglaro. Actually, kalaro nga rin ako minsan kapag may time ML. So, or other stuffs. So, ginagawa ko rin yan. Pero, I still prefer to study. So, ginagamit ko na yung paglalaro kapag gusto ko mag-refresh ng utak. So, yun. That's the main reason why I prefer to give most of my time to study. And of course, sa study, sa trabaho, kailangan magbigay ng oras syempre. Because yun yung ko naman, active income. When we say active income, mga bata, is ito yung kailangan mong bigay yung effort mo. Sa case niyo, mga bata, kung magiging nurse kayo someday, ang gagawin nyo, araw-araw kayo papasok sa trabaho para lang kumita kayo. So yung tatawag active. So ako, nakapag-establish na ako isa kong business, which is the Bonita. So far, yung tinatawag kong passive. Kasi I don't need to work. May pumapasok sa akin pera monthly na wala akong ginagawang effort. That's the main goal. Dapat magkaroon ka ng maraming business at the same time, on your younger age, chill ka na lang, di ba? So, yun ang mo doon. Yun yung sa akin. So yun, I hope you learn and I hope na-relate ko yung civil engineering sa nursing. Okay, so para at least kahit paano, kahit may jargon yung both professions, at least na na-merge ko naman yung idea na at the end, we need to study pa rin. Kasi, kumbaga, suffer now, enjoy later. So good. Okay, so yeah, I think that's my answer regarding your last question. Any concerns? Questions?
None na po, sir. Thank you po for giving us the opportunity to learn more about your profession po as a civil engineer and as a student din po, in a sense po. So, and yun po, we really appreciate po yung insights nga po. So, thank you po.